Hello people, hello your majesties, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for always coming back. Thank you so much for your time, for your show of love, for everything that you do for this family to keep growing. Thank you so much for your comments, for the likes you always give to my videos. I really appreciate you. Hope you're well in all that you do and you're loving yourself and others like always.
So I posted this, proudly made in Africa, to be precise, Nigeria, by Innocent Motors, with over 12k likes on Facebook. And I also posted this, proudly made in Africa, to be precise, Ghana, by Kantanka Automobiles. And this particular post got to over 2 million people, 36k likes, 2.5k comments. Why am I showing you all this? I showed you a car manufactured in Nigeria and a car manufactured in Ghana, West Africa to be precise. And I saw a lot of negative comments in the comment section. They are telling me that Africa, we don't produce cars, we only assemble cars. And I want you to get that foolish mentality out of your head. Why will you tell me that Africa don't produce cars, we only assemble cars? But you believe that Americans produce cars. You believe that the Japanese produce cars. What is the difference between what we are doing here on the continent and what the Japanese and what the Americans and what the Germans are doing? What is the difference? I want you to tell me. Now, let's take a car like Tesla, for instance. Not every part in Tesla is produced in America. Most of Tesla, and car parts are not even from America. They import most of them from Asia and and Germany. But a black man have no problem. Nobody have problem when they say Tesla is made in America. Let's take a car like Toyota, for instance. Toyota imports some of his parts from somebody called. Toyota imports some of his parts from Canada and Europe. But nobody have problem to tell the rest of the world that Toyota is made in Japan. But if an African man do the same thing, hey, Africa don't produce cars. We only assemble cars. Well, from this foolish mentality. Now let's take a car like Kantanka, for instance. This man sometimes show us live how he produced his own engine. This man produced a lot of things in Ghana here. He have his own TV station. He showed the rest of the world how he produced most of the things in Ghana here. This man produced television. He produced a lot of things. But still the black man don't want to believe that he can do it. So you see a lot of negative comments. The black man, we only assemble, we don't produce, we assemble. Where from this foolish mentality?
I know, we've always blamed the Europeans. We always blame it to colonialism. Oh, because all this while. But when you are faced with the opportunity to accept your potentials, you still doubt that power in you. When you are gradually getting to know, at least we are trying our best to, unveil a lot of things. We are trying our best to unveil a lot of lies that have been buried all through history. And most of us now are aware that everything technological started in Kemet. Everything technological started in Al-Kabulan, in this our very own continent, our motherland. It was only stolen and whitewashed. This is the truth. Because life started in Al-Kabulan, and that is why it goes by the name the mother of mankind. Because life sprang from this continent. But since the white man have made you feel that you cannot be, you cannot produce, you cannot achieve, whenever it is made in Al-Kabulan, it is inferior. I keep saying that. I think I've said it before. You see toothpick, wooden toothpick. I'm not close by one. I would have showed you. Wooden toothpick. It will be really made in China. Does it mean we don't have woods in the motherland? Does it mean we don't have rubber trees in the motherland? Why is it that something as cheap as little as a toothpick will still be imported. Now, there is something behind the whole thing. Like, some companies produce things and they felt that if they write made in Alkebulan or made in any country in Alkebulan, a lot of us do not patronize because we feel, oh, it's inferior. Or maybe if I patronize it, people look at me like I do not have the money. Is it not foolishness? Because when we patronize ourselves, this money circulates amongst us and it helps build the economy. Now it will be like, oh, okay, those who produce these things will go on writing, now giving the glory to another continent. You see things that you know this thing is produced in Alkebulan, you know the factory, you know where they produce these things. But they will, quietly, like with all their heart and soul, joyfully write made in somewhere else, so that people can buy. Because when they say made in Alkebulan, me and you will refuse to patronize it. Now, if these things are being produced in a way that we feel it's inferior, it's when you get them, you use them, that you know. So you send a feedback. This is how I bought this thing and this is how it is. I think the company can still do more in terms of this. You get the point. It helps them grow. It helps the continent grow. Our economy, it boosts our economy. So we don't rely on another man's currency. We keep shouting in every countries in Alkebulan, inflation everywhere. But why are this inflation there? When economically wise, we are not helping ourselves. You see people proudly getting cars from outside, telling you I got this from there, I got this from there. Pride. But indirectly, it's foolishness. Me and you, we do it. It's foolishness. When we have companies that produce same cars in Alkebulan, we don't patronize them. We don't patronize them. Like he rightly said, there's one in Ghana, there's one in Nigeria. That of the one in Nigeria, I know of them very well. But no, it's not. It's inferior. It's not up to the level. And most of these things you won't go to buy. Do you know that most of the parts used, most of the components used in producing these cars and this what have you, are all gotten from Alkebulan? Because we feel we cannot do it. They are coming to get the raw materials and they will go there and use our own people. Our own people, they use them to produce these things. Do you think those who are behind the scenes breaking their backs are them? It's our people. The knowledge is a connection. The chemistry is up there. The vibration is in there. And that is why you see a little child have the knowledge of producing something that can move, even without he or she going to study physics. But they'll come to tell you, oh, it's against the rule of physics. This thing cannot be like this because physics have said it can't be like that. Who invented that physics? When everything technological started in the motherland, we are connected to everything and we can make everything if only we put our minds to it. So I felt like, why not we talk about this again here today? Because this whole idea of when it is from Alkebulan is inferior, I think we should start growing past that idea. I think we should have grown past that already. Because you heard from him when he posed this, oh, it is we, me and you, that use our mouth to bring down our brothers and sisters. Ah no, are you sure it's a good what have you? Are you sure it's proper? Are you sure he did it like this? Me and you bring down our brothers. Me and you demoralize those of us who have interest for things like this. Because of our mouth. We can't do it. We can't allow others who are doing it to do in peace. We demoralize them, like we make statement that others will even be, others will not have the urge to even say, okay, I want to go patronize this, I want to go buy this from my fellow brother who has this. Because we have used our mouths to bring them down already. The reputation is destroyed. Just because we keep hanging on this westernized ideology. When it is the West is the best. Do you know how it is produced? When it is the West is whatever. Do you know how those things came to be? Because they told you cannot and you tell yourself you cannot. So when your brother starts, you start saying, no, it's not proper. It cannot be like this. We have to stop this, what we're doing to ourselves. We have to stop this idea of, okay, if it's Alkebulan, it's inferior. We have to stop all these ideas we put in our heads and the heads of our little ones. because we have even spoiled our children these days. You hear children, when they're gossiping, they're talking with themselves. Oh, my daddy got this from Germany. Oh, my daddy got this from Canada. So they themselves now feel that when she's from Alkebulan is inferior. And then we are here making noise that we want a better tomorrow, when we don't even want to work on the economy of our country. We shout, the politicians are packing money out, they are doing this. What is wrong if you as a person patronize your continent? What is wrong if you as a person patronize the clothing line of your own continent? Right? We make rappers. How many times have you patronized rappers that are produced from your country, your continent, to make all this? How many times are you proud of who you are? These are questions that most of the time we should ask ourselves, especially in a time like this when it's like a physical war right now. A physical war right now, that anything at Kebulan that is up there, even on the media, there is always forces trying to push it off. People who talk about Kebulan, there is forces trying to push them out. I don't know if you get my point. This is a time where we have to drop all this notion, because we are the one that are making them powerful. We make them powerful because we patronize everything. Just check the market and check the amount of black people that patronize these people. It's my mouth. At least you understand. Check the amount of people that are connected to our cable and that patronize this Western market. Now, just imagine those amount of people withdraw and decide to say, from today onward, we are patronizing made in Al-Kebulan. Just imagine. Would the market not fall? Even all the mouth they make here and there, these are uncivilized people, this or that, but they love our money. We bring our money to them, they collect it. We make them rich and strong. And then we are agreeing to the lies that okay, they are not civilized, they don't know how to do this, they don't know how to do that. But when we wake up, we open our eyes to be like, the lion at last is awakened. The lion at last has stood up. When the lion sleeps, everywhere is quiet. But when that lion stands up and roars, oh my goodness, the whole environment shakes. And everyone is aware that the lion has stood up. And that is how it is for Africa. Until we rise up and take up our rightful place by patronizing ourselves. Until we rise up and take up our rightful inheritance by patronizing ourselves, then nothing will change in the African reality that we are seriously struggling for. What do you think? Leave your comment and thought there at the section, and I'll see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive. Patronize something from Alkebulan today so that the economy can be boosted, and at least it will be like you are contributing your own quota to the motherland. Bye for now.